What's up, friends? Again, this is a review I've been wanting to do for a while, and finally, I'm doing a Halloween-related review. And I'm thinking a lot of you have seen this, and that's, of course, the Muppet Haunted Mansion. And I gotta tell you, pretty good. So obviously, I think we're all in agreement that Disney hasn't really done that much good stuff with the Muppets. I mean, minus Muppets and Muppets Most Wanted and, certain specials they do. But other than that, a lot of stuff they've done have not really been great. And it kind of sucks because you think Disney would get the picture about the Muppets by, I don't know, letting people like Frank Oz be involved. But of course, they don't want them involved because just like with Star Wars, just like with Marvel, and pretty much everything else, and that's going to happen in animation as well, they're going to start pushing stuff in their movies that are just going to ruin everything. And so far, I mean, Star Wars, not looking like a bright future when it comes to movies that we know of. The Muppets, they recently had, Muppets Now, which was okay. It was like this the whole time. But this one was actually pretty decent. The special stars Gonzo and Peppe, and instead of going to their usual Halloween party with Kermit, Miss Piggy, and the gang, they end up taking this challenge to go to the Haunted Mansion, and it's all about surviving the night. And also because Gonzo, Lyle, the Great MacGuffin, who was played by Will Arnett, and we actually don't find that out until the end of the movie, because spoilers, they make it out. Because the Great MacGuffin took that challenge and he disappeared. I think it said over 100 years ago at that point. I think that's what the plot was, that 100 years ago he disappeared, and so he wants to see if he can survive. And then Pepe ultimately is told by Will Arnett, who we think is just a ghost, kind of guides them through the Haunted Mansion, tells them you need to face your fear in room 999. And then, of course, we find out it's not room 999, it's room 666. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of saw that coming. So I was like, oh, the sign's gonna go down, and it went down. I was like, oh no, Pepe. But yeah, it was all about facing your fears, which I think was a pretty good, message in the movie. Sorry, special. Of course, when it comes to the Muppets, you got a lot of cameos in the movies and specials. This one, you had a good amount of them. You had, John Stamos, obviously Will Arnett. You had Yvette Nicole Brown. I forgot the lady's name, but she was obviously in the show Empire, and she's been in lots of movies and shows. Ed Asner makes an appearance, the late great Ed Asner, rest in peace. There were a lot of people in this. Oh, Pat Sajak. I think he's one of the heads. those singing heads. Yeah, lots in cameos that I really enjoyed, and I'd like you 10 in a Muppets movie to enjoy the. Oh yes, Danny Trejo, Machete himself appeared in it as well as a criminal behind bars. And I was like, that's funny because in the Muppets Most Wanted, he was a criminal in that one, along with a lot of other great actors that made appearances. And of course, Tina Fey was the warden, I think, there. But that was fun, seeing all their cameos and stuff. And he was in a scene with Pepe where it's like the Celebrity Lounge or whatever it was called, which that was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't love cameos in the Muppet movies? That's what made the Muppets so popular. All the cameos, starting with the Muppet Show, where they have the famous guests like Steve Martin, Roger Moore, Vincent Price, and many others, to then their movies and specials having cameos. I mean, the Muppets are literally nothing without their cameos. You'd expect those. So that lady who I said, I don't remember her name, who was in Empire, and she was in Hidden Figures, actually. I forgot. Yeah, she was in Hidden Figures. Character, I think she's a demon, I think, or something like that. She plays, I think, the antagonist in the movie. And basically her character's married to a lot of Muppets, but then kills them afterwards. So of course Pepe meets her and is like, oh yes, I want to get married and all that. And ultimately that's how you rescue him. And I think that was going through his worst fear, And I don't think it was marriage, but it was something else. And ultimately Gonzo ends up getting him out of there, and they make it through the night, even though, Gonzo's going through these different rooms, and at one point he sees a reflection of himself. And I think that had a message in there. But like I said, they ultimately get out of there, survive the night, And then that's when Will Arnett's character, who we think is just a ghost, tells him, "Oh, I'm actually the Great MacGuffin." You know, and of course Gonzo's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it," you know, and surprised. It was a fun special. Was it great? Not at all. Because again, the Disney just can't figure out the Muppets, and I'm like, you should just put fans in charge. Now, obviously, don't give them like so much creative freedom, but give them enough to where it's like, you know, you're going to get something great out of it. And so, again, I thought this was pretty decent. It was pretty good. I hope you all watched it. And if not, what are you waiting for? Halloween's almost here, and then it's going to be gone. It's like, what's the point of watching it after that? But anyway, I liked it. I hope you all liked it. And if you haven't seen it, I hope you will like it. And that's going to do it for me. So I hope you enjoyed this, you know, weird review. And I'm sorry if you heard thunder anytime soon. A little gloomy today. But again, just thanks for watching. And again, thank you all for your support as always. And I really hope you see Muppet Haunted Mansion in case you haven't seen it. I think you'll be surprised by it. So anyway, thanks again, guys.